Good morning, everyone. DRBMiller here. Welcome to our Destiny world. How's everybody doing today? We are not having very good weather over here today. A lot of rain overnight and fairly cloudy, but you know what? Not cold. Very warm and humid yet again. I really struggled with that humidity yesterday during my evening broadcast, which was of Destiny 2 Forsaken. And this humidity just keeps carrying on. 98% humidity last night. Can you imagine? I sat in a park and it was really polluted, and I could hardly breathe. But coming back to last night, I really thoroughly enjoyed Destiny 2 Forsaken gameplay. I'm not sure whether you guys were here with me, but I'm progressing down the Forsaken route and I'm completing all the bounties that the Spider is giving us. And they include, I think, 10 or 12 wanted criminals that need to be caught, and I'm doing them bit by bit. And then there is also a hunt for those deadly barons, the adventures. And I've got to admit, the adventures were really difficult. It did take a long while to eliminate some of the barons, and the activity was thoroughly enjoyable, very hectic, packed with adventures, with loads of enemies and lots of tasks, and indeed the hours just flew by, and it was already very late when I ended it. So hopefully you guys are joining us also for Destiny 2 Forsaken. A wonderful game, tremendously well developed compared to the Year 1 edition, and I'm doing it on the latest, the complete edition of Destiny 2 Forsaken, which is providing us with all the updates and the latest content that would have been developed literally until the present day, and also access to I have access to annual seasons. I've not gone down this route yet because I need to complete Forsaken, but we are getting there, and we'll be doing all these tasks in no time. So hopefully everyone who comes here to watch Destiny 1 will also join us for our Forsaken streams sometime, because really our Destiny 1 streams are very busy. We get lots of people popping in, talking and communicating, making new bonds. And I've just seen that we had quite a few people joining our club or our community during the last month. Probably the greatest number of followers in the course of 1 month altogether. I'm very grateful to you all for coming and joining, and also particularly grateful for all of the contributions and comments that we get every single day. But I'd like to invite everyone to join also our Destiny 2 community, which has not been as busy, and I'm sure that you will first of all learn a lot more about the game, and then secondly you'll enjoy some of the content. Yesterday I was doing it by myself, but otherwise all the other sessions during the recent weeks were in a team of 2 or 3, and we've done everything together. And I've always had with me at least 1 or 2 other Destiny 2 Forsaken veterans, people who knew everything about the game, and then I was able to receive a tutorial and proper guidance where they told me exactly what to do, and then I learned everything from them, and that was really truly rewarding. So join us sometime, have a look. Yesterday I was hunting 2 barons. One was well, I won't be able to remember what they were called, but they were really quite tricky to catch. And you have the areas called Lost Clusters in Destiny 2, and initially when you're going to those Lost Clusters for the first time, you can't really see them on the map, you need to discover them. So it does take a little while to find the signs and to get pointers to discover the exact location. But then once you find them, and once you complete the mission, they get properly marked on a map so you can see exactly where they are, and then you can get there with ease. And it does take a bit of time. And I have to say, for the first adventure, I did spend a little while really looking for that lost sector, because I had a difficulty in finding the cave, where this sector was. And I discovered a sign, but I couldn't see the entry to the cave, so it did take a little while. And also with those enemies, they are quite powerful, I have to admit, compared to some of the other ones you would have found in the first 2 DLCs. I think Forsaken has been properly worked through, and the content is truly amazing. Also very rewarding. You get lots of chests and rewards. We have many bounties offered to us by many characters, so you can be completing 2 or 3 things at the same time as you're progressing. And also the maps are much greater and sort of bigger in territory compared to Destiny 1, and I think overall, considering how many activities are given literally throughout the entire DLC, we are just completely overwhelmed by all sorts of things that need to be done. And I have to say, I collect lots of bounties and then lots of different quests and tasks, and I do them just one by one. But I'm not really looking at every single bounty and then discovering whether I'm doing the right thing, because the bounties stay with you. Some of those are your daily bounties, and the other ones you can keep for a while, and you can just carry on and use all the weapons and your special skills like subclasses, and then you complete them as you basically come towards the end of your gaming session. So really thoroughly enjoyable, lots of activity packed with action, and I have to say it was equally enjoyable doing it in a team of 2 and a team of 3. And so yeah, I'm inviting everyone to join us sometime. I'm running Destiny 2 Forsaken as my evening streams at present. I can see that some people are voting for Destiny 2 Forsaken to become our main game here on the channel, to be, literally forced to kind of switch sides. But I don't think I will be doing that for the time being. Destiny 1 has been very busy, and also we have lots of people who are just joining the game because they tried Destiny 2 Forsaken, they loved it, and they want to find out what the original was like. And I actually anticipate many more people like that coming in to us in September, come the 17th, when we're gonna get Shadowkeep, the new DLC. And I'm quite certain that lots of people who are to jump in DLC, or indeed those who will be trying Destiny New Light, the standalone free of charge game accessible on all platforms, that also is going to come out on the same day, will be then very interested in joining us here in Destiny 1 World, and they'll definitely want to find out what happened before those activities of Shadowkeep. Particularly so as Shadowkeep is bringing back the moon, and there'll be loads of activities in there. For if you're interested, this weekend we've had Guardian Con, and Guardian Con was held in the US, I think in Florida, on Friday and Saturday. And Bungie, in view of that convention, released also the new video that gives you about 1 minute of various areas that will be featuring in Shadowkeep. And those are on the moon, and they look really incredible. They look really mysterious, dark and deadly, and you can really see as to why they said that we feel that the darkness was a lot closer to us than what we expected, because it just, the landscapes in there and the interiors just reek of that danger, and we really look forward to seeing them fully developed in Shadowkeep. They come 17th of September. So if you are interested, double check all the entries on Twitter regarding Guardian Con, which was held, as I said, on Friday and Saturday. This is a major fan-based, fan-run event on Destiny 1 and 2. Basically, it is a convention similar to all other kind of Comic-Cons, but it is all dedicated to Destiny universe. So very much of interest, and there are plenty of interesting news coming out of that convention. So have a look and enjoy, get acquainted, get to know more about everyone who goes there. As I said, it was run on Friday and Saturday. And today we are having a shorter stream. I've had a very busy week with Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, and I have to say I did stream Destiny 2 on most days during the week, and that is very tiring, and I'm not able to do that in a longer run. So I think from today we are going to have some shorter Destiny 2 streams, or we'll start much earlier in order to make sure that I end before 11 o'clock PM, and then I can have my usual good night's sleep, enough rest and everything else. Because if I'm indeed to be running a later streams, meaning sort of later in the evening, they will stretch until sometime late at night, and therefore I can't be running my morning stream as usual. And therefore we started our stream today 2 hours later, and that is really not something that I want to see. I prefer doing everything in a structured format for everyone to know what to get at what given moment in time, and therefore we are sort of going to have a short stream of Destiny 2 today, and we'll make it very busy with strikes and the weekly tasks back to back. So without further ado, we'll just jump in and carry on. We have a Hunter Human Male 4400 played by DRBMiller. I don't think that there is much admin to be done. We were doing yesterday and the day before a bit of a walkthrough with our junior Destiny 1 members, and we've had some boys from the US joining us, and they were indeed doing various tasks with us, and they enjoyed all the activities. Oh, I can see we have Rodri. Hello Rodri, how are you doing? Rodri was here with us yesterday, and he was working on his game, progressing really towards the level 40 and raising his light levels. Hello Rodri, how are you doing? How's everything? I can see that there are people who are just out of the blue jumping into my game without saying anything, and that is just simply not on, and I don't know why we are getting those people, because you know the trouble here is we have Bungie constantly switching these options, because my options here on the game are always Fireteam invitations only, and for whatever reason the game is switching it back to open access, and I don't want to see that. It happens every single day, which is infuriating. And as you could see, we do get people just jumping in, and this is not open. Therefore, we can't really accommodate that sort of thing. As you'd appreciate, this is a public broadcast live on air on a family-friendly channel, and we simply can't be having any of it. Roger says, I started on my dark drinker, and Roger's saying, I'm very good, how are you? Well, I'm very well, I'm splendid. I had a good night's sleep, but unfortunately I went to bed a bit late, and the sole cause for that was my Destiny 2 Forsaken broadcast, which started, well, not too late. It did start at around 8 o'clock p.m. yesterday, and I had lots of fun, plenty of great activities, and as you probably would have heard, Rodri, Destiny Forsaken is a much bigger game than Destiny 1, with lots of tasks as you progress to the DLC content, and it does take a long while to complete some of the tasks, so they're a bit grindy, and you know you have lots of activities that need to be completed all at once, and so therefore it was extended, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I went to bed late, and therefore I couldn't really start with my broadcast as early as usual, because usually we start at 10 o'clock a.m. Today we started at midday, which means 2 hours later, and that is completely unacceptable, and it will not happen from tomorrow, I can assure you. I'll go back to my usual, because during the last couple of days I was, well, 3 or 4 days I've been starting an hour late, due to the fact that the evening sessions were extended, and this is what happens, you know, so I've got to be a bit more focused on my schedule. The trouble is, I can't really switch from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 to be my main daily stream, because we are having a very, very large Destiny 1 community here, and lots of people who are doing Forsaken and the seasons are still working on the game, which means they're not watching Twitch, therefore the sessions are not particularly busy. And as you know, this channel is called Gaming Dialogue, therefore we want lots of people to pop in to get that conversation going, and we are obviously going to be sticking to Destiny 1 for our regular daily stream. But I really love Destiny 2 Forsaken, and I'm working on it, and I'm progressing, and I'm level 50, and I'm already about 560 light levels, so you know, a lot more to do. And we have a section there which is called Pursuits, which is similar to the inventory, and Pursuits are giving you a combination of your quests, tasks and bounties, so they're very easy to see. You can see everything that needs to be done. It is, I guess, easier to use compared to this inventory, and what's important is for everything that you complete, you will be able to get your proper logs, so everything is recorded, and you just go to one of the sections of your collections, and then you get exactly to the area which is, you know, telling you what missions you completed and how far you went. So that's very, very useful. Lots of criticism launched at Bungie initially for not providing it, and I think it is a serious minus of the original, where once you completed the quest you couldn't see all of your accomplishments, you know, and I think that that's really quite seriously wrong, because we want to be able to pay attention to all that has been done in the game, and we want to see it at all times. So that's the trouble. Roger says, nice, I finished the Taken King campaign. Okay, so you were you also able to get some sleep, because you said that you were playing a game all night long on the previous night, and I would very strongly advise against that. It is dangerous to one's own health to be doing that sort of thing, so it's the best if you do your gaming in moderation, and then you have, you know, a good night's sleep, and then you start early in the day rather than do it all night long. All night gaming is something which is very popular, but I always advise against that. I think it is very damaging. It does affect one's own health and central nervous system, and therefore it's best avoided. It's the best to have a cut-off point, you know. And Roger says, yeah, I've got a lot of sleep. Well, that's good. That's good. And just remember, make sure that after you play the game for a few hours, you get a bit of rest. I'll give you an example of what I do. I do regular daily broadcasting, and every 90 minutes I have a break. You know, every 90 minutes. A break is usually between 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how tired I am, or whether it's humid, and you know, whether I'm, depending on how alert I am overall. So it's very important to have lots of breaks, and to have a break from gaming. You know, because it is sometimes a bit overbearing. Right, Rodri, do you want to come in? Do you want us to do some more tasks? If you do, I'll bring you in, and we can do it. We are going to have a shorter stream today, so it's going to be a couple of hours compared to what I usually do of about 5 or 6. It's Sunday, and I started a little later than usual due to my last night's broadcast. So Rodri, just let me know if you're interested. I'll bring you in straight away. Okay, Roger's going to come in. So we'll actually do Rodri's tasks, and I know as he's progressing down the route of Rise of Iron, there will be some more difficult missions. And in fact, I think you might be able, if you completed the Taken King, you might be able to access Siva Heroic Strikes. And this is what we can also try, because you'll have some tasks allocated. Yesterday we were doing your story-based strikes, and we've done about 3 or 4, which were really enjoyable. And we can do the same thing today. So, you know, we'll try it out. Let me just bring you in, and let me just invite you. Are you logged in, Rodri? You are. Okay, I can see it. Yeah, Rodri's here. Just to tell everyone, Rodri is our junior community member from the US. And Rodri joined us recently and is working on his game, Destiny 1 that is, and presently working on his Rise of Iron DLC. And I think Rodri has also some leftovers from other missions, so we can obviously look at these. And Rodri is also leveling up. Yesterday Rodri reached level 40, which is the top level here in Destiny, but the light levels are still you know, way below, so we need to work on that as well. Okay, so let me invite Rodri, and we'll invite Rodri to our fire team. There we are. And Rodri, I'll send you also our party chat request, so we can talk live on there. Roger says I can't get into the strikes yet because I will need some higher light for Siva Heroic Strikes and Rise of Iron. Okay. Well, we'll work it out. We'll do something, right? So you'll be able to get them. We'll have a look. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Good morning, Rodri. How's everything?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Splendid. Just like I said, it's been a very, very quiet morning for me. I had plenty of sleep, but unfortunately I went to bed a bit late yesterday because I was doing my Destiny 2 Forsaken, and there are lots of difficult quests in there, particularly the ones I'm doing at the moment. You get this big character called the Spider. He's similar to Jabba the Hutt in Star Wars, and he gives you all kinds of tasks.
Oh, definitely.
He's giving you all sorts of bounties and quests, and then each one of those does take a while to complete. So because it was Saturday night, I allowed that to sort of carry on for a while, and I completed, I think, 4 out of 6 adventures which are required, and I completed 2 extra bounties. But altogether there are about 10 or 12 prisoners who escaped from the Prison of Elders, which was destroyed, and then we have to get all of them one by one. So it does take a little while. So all good, really. So all we'll do today is we'll look at your game, and I'll turn you into a team leader, first of all. And if you tell me just a bit what your plan would be for that, what you had in mind.
There is like 1 or 2 missions. There's one on called Pretender to the Throne. It's on Dreadnought, and it's a level 36 mission.
Okay.
So maybe we can hop into it.
Hold on, I don't know why the third person joined us.
Oh, I remember.
Just a moment. We can't have another person in here. Why is that? Because the access is restricted.
Here, I'll make mine to that.
Just boot this player, please, straight away. Boot them straight away because they don't have access, and just make fire team invitations only, so you can be. It has to be restricted.
Just did that.
Yeah. Because obviously, as you were,
ready to go in?
Yeah, as you were our team leader, then the game was, I guess, adhering to your settings. But just remember, because it's a public broadcast, I have to make sure that I know who's coming and that we have some control over, our participants.
Definitely.
So we have another person popping in. Good morning to... Well, I can't even read this. Is it Zwazit, or how do you pronounce that? Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for joining our community, and thank you for watching our broadcast. Welcome to our Destiny community, Destiny World community, that is. So we are going to be doing one... This is a story mission, isn't it? The one that we are going to be completing. And Rodri is working on his Rise of Iron, so...
Actually, at the moment, I can't even start my first quest for Rise of Iron because I'm not high enough light levels to start it.
Okay, just hold on a second.
This is a part of the
Rodri,
House of Wolves.
yeah, just hold on a second here. Just hold on a second. I just want to double check your light level and all else. Just bear with us, and we'll do this very quickly. So presently you're 230. Yeah, we have to increase it to 300 plus. That's right. And let me just see. Well, we can just do all the tasks. We'll do, the best way of doing it is by looking at the planets and then seeing wherever you have that purple triangle. So any of that we need to do. But the raids we are not doing, but everything else, that's the easiest way of doing it, because these are the priorities and they will help us to level up and get more light. So, lead the way, sir. I apologize, there's a chest in there, Rodri, if you want it.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, I think, I got, well, I think it was last night before I went to bed. I made sure to get the Void Sword, so I could start the
Dark Drinker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I got 3 strange coins from that. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, for that, we probably have to allocate a separate selection of sessions, because it's a very, very lengthy grind. And what we want to do is we want to really raise the light levels first, Yep.
Because
that basically is a lengthy grind with materials need to be collected, and it'll take us a long while to complete it.
Here we go.
But it's definitely a priority. So once we get your light levels up, we'll be doing then your Dark Drinker. Because, Matthias, one of our community members, was insisting that I would get Dark Drinker as early as possible, because actually it makes certain sections of the game a lot easier for me to complete. But I really waited to 390,
No sign of a new
I was doing the Dark
yet.
Drinker when I was 390.
He is close.
But it's down to preference. Some people will prefer to do it early, so
I think I'd probably prefer to do it a little earlier than most.
Yeah. I think once you unlock your Siva Heroic Strikes, and once you get access to Rise of Iron, then you can.
Bring him to Prison of Elders. You want him alive? Whatever happened to kill them back?
Crazy.
That
Has
was
he gone?
the Galahorn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I just I didn't equip my sword, so I wanted to hit that boss, but unfortunately I can't see my command. Everything is gone. My luck. Oh, you jammed that as well. Yeah, that's Okay, don't matter. They're all gone.
Yeah, I unlocked my tether last night.
Because when we apply double tether, then it's really powerful, you know, like, can kill lots of them at the same time. So they're using a super. Okay.
Oh, he hurts.
You know these blights, whenever you see these blights, always try to destroy them first, because Taken will be respawning from them. So...
Okay, I'll try and get him
yeah.
away as fast as possible.
Well, the best way of doing it is with some really powerful weapon. Oh, he's hiding now, look at him. He disappeared.
Oh, he's getting away.
Yeah, he disappeared.
The lock delays judgment. Cannot escape it.
Just change my weapon, put my sword on, and get my synth. And,
yeah, last night, a good friend of mine that played D1 a while ago
Prey wants to run.
showed me a good farming method to get exotics.
Taken will hold his
coins.
echo, find it, and
It's
find
much
the
better,
lock.
and I get some picture to show you.
hold on a second. Is that the area where you come into that lower deck where the war mine is, and then you have like 3 big knights that keep popping up there all the time?
There's like one big knight, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's 1 big knight and then 2 other of his lieutenants are protecting him. Yeah, that's if you remember yesterday, I was going to show you this, but because we were cracking on with the mission, then we didn't go back. You remember that? And maybe it's the same one, maybe it's another one, so it'll be interesting. You can actually show me where this is. And did you pick up any loot at all in here?
No.
No.
Sadly.
Okay. Okay, just choose whatever is there. We'll do whatever is necessary. Anything that has that purple triangle, any of those, on any planets, doesn't really matter, you know, whichever they are.
I have a... This has a triangle over it.
Yeah, this is a strike.
So...
Yep.
Yep.
And this is a good one. So you'll be able to get something out of it, for certain.
Gear out of this.
Yeah. This strike features frequently in Civ Heroics, or is given as part of the weekly Nightfall strikes. And when it comes as a Nightfall strike, then it's really difficult. And you always have to have... Well, just remember, for the Nightfall strikes, you will need a team of 3, generally. So then it's easier. Because they come across as very hard, and then they'll have modifiers. So the modifiers vary from week to week. You know, sometimes these are very hard and very difficult. You have one modifier that's preventing you from collecting ammunition. So unless you have your synths, then, you know, you're stranded. And there's also one that is giving you weapon-specific abilities, like the enemies come with arc shields. So if you're using the weapons that are not suited for that, then the enemies are very strong. You know, and also have Berserk, and I can't remember what Berserk does now. You've got quite a selection. Also have one that is extracting the radar, so it's a bit more difficult to orientate if you're not familiar with those maps. You need to stick together with the other 2 guys at all times. And, you know,
before no banner.
worth keeping in mind.
Allegiance to no kill.
Yeah, yesterday I unlocked the Prison of Elders, so once I'm kind of light for that, then I'll have access to it. I heard that's a way to get exotics, like Lord of Wolves.
Yes.
Well, we can do maybe that as well. That is one of the most difficult activities in the game, together with Archon Forge and Strikes, Civ Heroic Strikes. And it also provides with lots of good loot, so it's a possibility. We can do variety, you know? It's always interesting for the viewers to see a variety, and you know, be good for you to see what Prison of Elders is like. I find it to be very difficult initially, like when I started with the game, you know? It's like really difficult.
Avenge the dead. Stop him.
I think I've been to a strike before, actually.
Yeah, these Reekers are really tricky. They always have to eliminate first, a bit like the wizards, you know? You're neutralized rather fast. And they're turrets as well. I'm not sure whether you've seen them. You get turrets that are on a cooldown. So once you neutralize them, you got to run, because they'll come back again within like 10-15 seconds.
Oh yeah, I've definitely been to the strike.
You've seen those, yeah. What killed me?
Oh, probably the knight above us.
Possibly, yeah. Okay. So for the benefit of our viewers, as you could see, this is a fight team of 2. It's Rodri and myself, and we are working on Rodri's game. Helping Rodri to really level up and get more light levels.
He will try to trick you. Fight. Win.
Yeah, the Zoga wasn't too bad. Sometimes the Zogas could be like yellow barred and, you know, quite tricky.
The wizard is dead.
Okay. The wizard has been eliminated. Good. Excuse me.
No, but when I opened that chest that you showed me,
Yeah.
I got 30 strange coins, which I actually never
30?
got before.
That's many.
3.
Oh, 3, I beg your pardon, yeah. 3.
Oh, wait, what? I just got a... Wait.
They might have dropped something, you know, for you.
It dropped me like a quest.
Yeah. What did it say, do you know?
The husk of pit is a foul creation of the hive. Do not let it corrupt your light. The speaker. Upgrade the husk of the pit and transform it into Eidolon ally. And it dropped me a weapon.
Husk of the Pit,
Husk
yeah.
of the pit.
Yeah, it's an automatic weapon, and it's a quest. So what you can do if you want, in this area, whenever you have knights, you can use this weapon. But the weapon's not particularly powerful, and you will have to get lots of hive kills in order to kind of upgrade it, you know, so worth
This
trying.
looks like a necrochasm.
Yeah, it looks a bit like a weird weapon. It's sort of designed to suit those knights, you know. It sort of looks like a weapon that you use for the knights. Sort of triangular shaped. And,
Okay, I'm gonna switch back. I'm not sure if it's a quest worth doing.
well, you can leave it for later.
Maybe it is.
You can do it in patrols, you know. When you're doing patrolling, that's the easiest, because patrols are not too difficult, and you can get your kills, and you get like waves of enemies attacking you. Whilst for story missions and strikes, it's the best to have the most effective weapons
The weapons
equipped.
you're comfortable with.
Yeah. I always go for the same loadout myself, but
Lift field distortion. Catch just above you.
in Destiny 2 that's very difficult, because they want Destiny 2 to be made, particularly the kind of top tier levels. There are
in
missions which are
Destiny
weapon
2, let's say
specific.
you have to want to do a raid. Sometimes people in D1 and the raids like Crota, you can have multiple damage phases. In Destiny 2, it's more like most bosses have a, let's say Callus from the Leviathan. He has 4 damage phases, and it's a lot more forgiving when you're using, you don't have a couple weapons that other people have. Oh. I don't know, it just makes it more. Compared to stuff like Riven, you have to have certain weapons if you want to do it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult. Like, some are RNG wise, and some people aren't so lucky to get it. So
That's
it's
right.
just, yeah.
Yeah, he is a very difficult enemy of ours. Yeah. I'll revive you, just give us a second, because I have very little life in that. I did manage to revive you. There's a lag on the game. I thought I revived you though.
Yeah, so did I. The bar was pretty much full.
You see the cloak I have? It's called Cloak of Tanix. And that's the cloak that I acquired as I defeated him in one of the strikes. Or I think in a Nightfall strike. So my cloak is basically his cloak.
Okay. It's actually pretty cool.
It's a very hard cloak to get. I only picked it up once.
So it's pretty rare.
And I think Sekafuka told me that he didn't have it, but one of the other community members who played like many thousands of hours in the game, but it's randomly dropped, and you know, depends when the game's basically going to give it to you. Now he's gonna pop up. So I gotta put my heavy on again, if possible. It's possible, that's good.
Oh, he's immune, what?
He's not really immune, but we can't eliminate him here. We'll be able to eliminate him towards the end of the strike. He did suffer some damage on the Dark Drinker, so he lost maybe 20%.
Tanix has called you out, Guardian. You are challenged in the ways of old.
But when you
Tanix is jamming our comms. Fight well, Guardian.
When you do strikes with other people, what you'll notice very frequently is that not many people are using swords, you know? People all resort to automatic and repetition weapons. I don't know why, because some of the swords are really effective.
Most people aren't, how do I say this, dedicated getting the swords, like Dark Drinker.
Yeah. Well, it's just because lots of people associate Destiny with FPS, you know. So they'll go for the use of automatic weapons, hand cannons, and similar to what you do in Battlefield or in
Yeah, I get it.
other battle royale games and FPS generally. Flying Pirates is here. Hello Flying Pirates, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us and thank you for being here with us today. Also for being a member of our community, Destiny World community that is. How did your download go yesterday of Forsaken? Were you able to complete? It does take a little while.
If you ever need help with Forsaken stuff, if I'm in your stream, you can ask us for help.
Yeah,
I
sure.
like to think pro when it comes to Destiny 2.
How far are you
3 characters that
in
are all...
Destiny 2? How far are you in Destiny 2?
I have 3 characters that are all maxed out on light level and max level.
Really?
I also have a lot of exotics.
Are you 7700?
Yeah.
Alright, so you played it a lot.
Yeah. I got bored with Destiny 2 since I had pretty much everything, so I kinda just wanted to download U1. Just have some fun.
That's cool. Because obviously you play Destiny 2 first, and then you start doing Destiny 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I talked about several times on the broadcast, and I told our viewers and community members that we are likely to have many more people like you popping in after September, because people will learn about Destiny through Shadowkeep and you know, a new light, the new game which is going to be offered free of charge, and then they'll try to find out what Destiny 1 was like. So that's really cool. Flying Pirate says, didn't know there was a download, I slept the whole day. That's really good. I mean, it's really good that the game was just downloading whilst you were asleep. That's the best. And this is what I do as well. I leave my games, the big games,
Yeah,
you know.
that's what I do as well.
Yeah, 120 gigs.
It's like a big game like Destiny. I download it overnight while I'm asleep.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. You simply leave it for that overnight download. But I look forward to Xbox Scarlet and PS5 with much faster processors and the new system of saves on xCloud, which is going to be applied to both consoles. So,
I'm going to tether it if you want to start using Dark.
you mean the Walker? Well, tether doesn't really do much. I applied tether or Nova Bomb right at the end, where you get, you know, the Walker to be down to maybe 5%. Then tether causes a lot of damage.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
It's down to tactics. I mean, one can use, if you have a very fast recharge, then you can definitely use tether on the Walker. In fact, I may do. Go in there. There's like 4 or 5 exploding shanks they're hiding. It's dreadful.
Oh no, that hurt. Yeah, they were hiding.
All these ads, eh? Look at that. This is a difficult strike, you know? It's one of the more difficult ones. And,
Yeah, definitely. I was in a strike where you had to kill this huge Cabal walker. I just couldn't do it. I was trying to solo it because...
no, I think unless you are really leveled up to like 390, some of those are a non-starter with solo missions. Because simply the enemies are having advantage, you know?
Yeah.
He's quite strong, stronger than what he should be. Just let me respawn. Oh, okay. So I was too close to him, so I thought it's a bit maybe too risky.
He's so low. I'll be able to tether him soon, I believe.
You'll find that Nova Bomb and tether will cause him a bit of damage. Yeah. There's certainly a possibility.
I'm gonna tether him right now.
Yeah. So I need to use my sniper on him.
Alright. He is dead.
No, he's still...
Wait. That's it? Oh, wow, that's unlucky. His health is so low. This is
There.
one more shot, maybe?
Don't have any more munition in there. I was gonna literally hit him with that drinker. Don't believe it. Let me just hit him with that
I
drinker.
just threw a grenade. He should die. He's not dead. How? Oh, is he dead? And he's dead.
He finally hears now. Hang on. He was a lot stronger than usual for some reason. And I'm not sure why, because there's no mods in here. He shouldn't have been as strong, you know? Don't know why. Because you know when he was down to like 5% with that tether and a grenade and dark drinker, he should have been gone more or less instantly. But I'm not sure what caused that.
Neither do I.
They're not doing any more maintenance on the game, and therefore you get sometimes minor glitches, you know, on some of the bosses.
I can get that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Yeah, he's very strong, and then once we get to the lower deck, what we need to do is, the first thing we need to do is we need to be shooting in here, yeah? You get like sievers, the red sievers popping up. We need to eliminate those sievers because they are going to be providing him with a shield. So what you can do is you don't
got a teammate.
Yeah, you can use your rocket launcher on him, you know?
I do not have my rocket launcher.
You don't
I
have
had to switch to a machine gun because...
Okay. Well, whatever you have. Whatever is, you know, the best heavy that you've got.
I don't have any ammo on it, but if I get any, I'll get it. I'm going to switch to the black hammer so I can apply a bit more DPS, and I will use a special ammo synthesis.
Okay. See, these ones were gonna sneak up from behind me. To get them all. Got 3 or 4 of them.
I'll get up top.
Coming out from the back door.
You can probably dark trigger him and he'll die.
Yeah, I will.
Nice.
Notorious mercenary dead. No small matter. You will be rewarded treasure from the Queen, and my respect as well.
This is a bit strange. This still kept coming as the mission was already completed. Just see my inventory is like. I need to be using something in my consumables, so just let me see. The one skeleton key.
I did get a bit of an upgrade on the armor, so that's good.
Where's this? Ether seeds, black wax, and polyphage. So basically, if you want to beef up on your glimmer, right? Then what you do is, before entering any battle, before you enter, you know, any mission, you go to consumables, and then you can use ether seeds and they will give you more glimmer if you are defeating the fallen. So any of those that you kill, you know, you get more XPs. Then you can use Black Wax Idol, and that's for the hive. So any hives that you down, gonna give you extra, you know, double up on XPs. And then for blue polyphage is for the Vex. I generally, because I have lots of them, I use them all three. Do you know what I mean? I just, in order to prevent my consumables to be full. But some people who are maybe not as advanced on the game, they'll use the one which is applicable to that enemy. So if you go to Mars, then, you know, you'll use polyphage because the Vex are there. If you go to other planets, you use the other two. So let's have a look. What's next?
I am not sure. Let me check. Is there anything else on the moon we have to do? We just did the Shadow Thief, right?
Yep, that's right. That's the strike.
Then why is there a still triangle above it?
Because we can do it on the hard difficulty level. Try whether you can change the difficulty level. Try that. We can do it again.
It can only... No, I can't. I can only go to 320 impossible. But I can't because...
Oh yeah, you still need to level up. Alright. So it means that the game wants you to do it on the harder difficulty level later. So that's alright. And let's have a look at anything else. What else have you got there with... you can have a look at any planet. You know, it doesn't have to be any specific one. Any planet.
Can we go to the tower?
We can, yeah.
I need to grab my bounties for today.
Yeah, sure. Because I've not done this either. Can do this. The best way of doing it, every day when you start out, you go to the tower, you collect all the bounties, and then you keep coming back to your admin. And just remember, the first thing you do is go to the tower, collect your bounties, and then you basically head off. And before you come into sort of the battle area, you want to use those consumables in order to beef up your XP. That's kind of very important. And then if you have any champions or the big enemies, the big bosses, you want to use your 3 of coins. I always forget those.
Yeah, I want to show you.
Yeah.
The farm area I was doing yesterday.
Yeah,
Sadly, sure. I did it 5 times. My friend got an exotic first try and last try. I wasn't lucky enough, and I just didn't get an exotic either of the times. So, if I could grab some 3 of coins, I can show you this farm method.
Can I just ask you, did you get any exotics so far at all? Did you get any exotics so far in the game? Even one?
No.
I think it may be to do with your light level. Maybe to do with your light level. It's possible. I'm not 100% sure, because I think the way it worked here is that exotics were to be acquired once you reached certain light level, but you should be alright shortly. We just need to carry on. And Flying Pirate says, I will go on remote play now and make sure the download is finished. And Flying Pirate says, just checked, you said it was for Destiny 2, right?
Oh, rip, I can't get any more 3 of coins.
That's correct. Yeah, I was asking about Destiny 2 Forsaken, because Destiny 2 Forsaken, I think the game is about 120 gigs, I think, and then the updates and everything else probably comes to about 160 gigs. I think that's correct.
I believe so.
Because I've been downloading it in there's a lot of noise coming in from your mic, Rodri. Just mute the headset if you are doing anything. It's like a thunderstorm breaking out here. It's literally very hard on people's ears.
Perhaps a rare relic of the Golden Age.
Let's see. To get some of these, we have some unnecessary weapons.
Is this any better?
Hopefully. what happens is, as your mic is immobile, it's like fixed to your headset, anytime you're touching the mic or anytime anything is happening with your headset, it's like a thunderstorm breaking out, and it's very, very intrusive for the viewer. So anytime you're doing anything with the mic, just switch the headset off, and then we won't be able to hear it. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's probably rubbing against your face or something, and it's just it's causing like a major distortion. You know, it does happen with these smaller headsets, and therefore in the future, if you are purchasing one, remember what you want is that the mic which you can be bending, so you can put it in any position you want, you know, and therefore it will not produce that kind of noise. The fixed mics, they're more sensitive to that sort of interference. But you know, maybe your Christmas present or so, you know, your birthday present, you can ask somebody to invest, and then you'll get like a big one. And also the headsets which work the best are Sony proprietary headsets, or the ones which are made for PlayStation 4, you know. Then you get very few interferences. I have one of those. Alright, so that seems fine. I've done my admin, but I do need to get some bounties.
I hope you'll get some rest.
And I'll do that immediately. Were you getting any rewards from anyone?
No.
And also you asked me yesterday about factions. The difference between factions, Dead Orbit and Future War Cults. Basically the way it works is you join one of the factions, and then you can't be kind of exchanging membership during 1 week. And as you are doing various tasks, you're getting your reputation up for that faction. Eventually, when you get to level 25 with your faction, they'll give you an extra quest and they'll provide you extra rewards. And you can also invest in your faction by doing various donations that they have. I wouldn't recommend donations early in the game because they'll use your materials and various other bits which you collect, and therefore you can be short on that for perks. So that's probably to be done later in the game. But raising reputation, collecting rewards, definitely, it's a very good idea. And the rewards they provide you with, once you reach a certain level, are very good. So they are, really top-notch weapons and top-notch armor. Are you with Dead Orbit? Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have a look. Yeah, I've got all the bounties, so that's fine. If you follow me for a moment, I'll go to the hangar and I'll show you where this is and how this works. I'll just wait for you here. Okay, and then we'll go up here, and you would have seen that Dead Orbit character is to our left when we get in here. Yeah, he's here. So basically you come to him, you approach him, and you get the inventory, and then when you look, yeah, I'm not actually a member of his cult at the moment, but you basically get the inventory, and then from the inventory you can choose. You see, material exchange, these are so-called donations, so I wouldn't recommend that during the earlier stages of the game, because
what do they do?
Well, principally you're just increasing your reputation with this faction by charitably donating. The only trouble is you can use lots of these donations and you get very little on the reputation increase compared to what you get if you're doing various activities. So that is something you can do later in the game. And then he has all these various items that you can get from him as well,
Yeah.
and it's not really that greatly significant. I thought initially that if you were joining one of the factions, you may be breaking the allegiance and there may be interferences with the story, but that's not the case in Destiny. That's the case in some other games. For instance, if you were joining a particular faction, they turn out to go rogue, and therefore you're being chased by your former friends, so to speak. In here it is more of a it's not really cosmetic, but they will give you extra rewards later which you can be using, such as weapons and armor. And as you are progressing in the game, you are raising your reputation with them. You know, so presently my faction is Future War Cult, and that's Lakshmi. Lakshmi is up here, and
Okay.
Lakshmi is a popular kind of a cult leader. And so for instance, I'll be able to see now what options I have with Lakshmi, as I'm obviously a member of this faction. And then I have that material exchange. So I give an example. I have quite a few weapon parts, armor materials. I have many armor materials, right? So I can use some of them.
That will come in handy.
I'll reduce them to 500. So I'm just giving some donations, and then as I'm giving these donations, they're giving us just literally a few points there through our reputation with this faction, which is Future War Cult.
Is that everything?
And yeah, so that's basically it. And then you have rank 1, and you can basically purchase these from Lakshmi, as well as rank 2, rank 3. And when you are reaching another level with that particular faction, then the faction leader is going to provide you with a reward. So anytime you want to claim a reward, make sure that all the weapons and kit is top notch, you know, with the greatest power level, light level, and then you can simply claim it and, you know, use it later on. So that's the way it works.
Has no end, Guardian.
Doesn't have really massive significance, but you know.
No.
I'm ready to carry on, so you can just decide on what we'll do. What are the tasks with that move triangle?
If it's fine with you, we might just do strikes.
Flying Pirates tells us that he didn't say anything about a download when I checked. The best way of trying it out, go to the icon Forsaken, which is on your display, and click on it. So once you click on it, then you will see whether it's fully downloaded. If it fully downloaded, then the game will start. There'll be no messages. If you still need to be running some updates, then it will automatically go to the updates. That's the best way of looking at it. And for instance, if it's still downloading, once you click on the icon Forsaken, you'll get the blue screen telling you what the score is. There's a thunderstorm again, Rodri, coming from your headset.
Is better.
And Johnny's here. Hello, Johnny. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching our broadcast. Johnny says, that's one thing I didn't like about Destiny 1 is needing to have your maximum gear and weapons equipped before getting a reward. Yeah, that's significantly different in Destiny 2, because I kept doing this as well, and I expected that it would be the same, but actually in Destiny 2 it doesn't matter, whatever kit you've got on. And like you said, it is of concern because frequently using the weapons which are your favorites, and they may not be offering you the top attack or defense, number of attack or defense points, and that indeed then is reducing your ability to acquire the best quality kit. And it is confusing. It did happen to me many times, because I would go to many strikes, come back, forget to switch the weapons. It takes a bit of time, and it's a bit of a chore. I agree. And it's much easier if you're just getting rewards. So there's thunderstorm coming again from your headset.
Let me try and
It's really, really bad, you know. It's like a thunderstorm breaking out, and it's very, very hard on people's ears when people are watching the broadcast. Flying Pirate says it's probably finished downloading. Well, you can double check by clicking on Forsaken icon, and it will tell you straight away whether you still need to update anything, or you know, because with Complete Edition they have various updates, and if you left it overnight, unless your PlayStation switched off, unless there was some sort of interference with the server, it should have really completed the download in full. And the first thing you'll notice is you'll get lots of different tasks on the planets which were not there before, like adventures and quests and all sorts. You know, that's the first thing you see. And also your director will be fuller with other areas of activity. Okay, that's another strike. Blighted Coven, I think. No, it's not a strike. It's a mission. It's a story mission.
I didn't have to click on a strike to do this. I'm not sure.
Oryx is dead. Nice work on that. But the Taken are all wormed down into the cracks of the Cosmodrome. I think a coven of wizards is running the show over there. You're going to shut them down.
What's causing this noise? Do you know? Are you touching the mic? Or are you moving your headset or something? Is your headset touching your shirt? It's impossible to. Really, honestly, it's like an attack on my ears. Do you know what's causing it?
No, I do not.
Well, it must be some physical interference with the mic, because you know it really is loud.
Thought you might. My scouts have marked blights all over the Cosmo. They're pumping out darkness like a spigot. Cut off the flow, Guardian. Cleanse the place, and you should be able to find the wizards.
Alright, so we need to destroy these blights. God, I got killed straight away. That's really too bad.
Yeah, this is...
But whenever you have these Acolyte eyes, they need to be destroyed first, because they're really deadly. Acolyte eye is this sort of like a small blight that keeps continuously firing at you.
Cade, I'm having trouble getting a bead on those wizards.
Going the other way.
Thought you might. My scouts have marked blights all over the Cosmo. They're pumping out darkness like a spigot. Cut off the flow, Guardian. Cleanse the place, and you should be able to find the wizards.
Yeah, I'm getting something called the Echo of the Mountain.
Echo off?
Malin.
Yeah, that's that beast that we've seen in your earlier mission, the one that disappeared. He's one of the bosses, you know, and he's very, very hard to kill as well.
Well, I'm going to save all my strange coins that I get.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try and buy one of Sir's and start trying. Because he's good.
I think once you get your first exotic, generally, then that's a sign that you can be collecting them, and then you can start using 3 of coins. Because I'm not sure, maybe our friends there who are watching can tell us. I'm not sure whether Rodri can be getting exotics yet due to his light level. So if anyone else knows, then please tell us. Be obviously of great assistance. I think Johnny might know. Thank God.
Guardian down.
Oops.
That did it. Wizards are marked and locked. Next.
Okay.
We have to go into this tunnel.
Yeah. Flying Pirate says, as Rodri is level 40, exotics should be dropping for him. Light level should not matter for exotic drops, says Johnny.
Okay, so
So
I
it
probably
is.
just got really unlucky.
So I guess it's to do with the actual game levels rather than the light level, and the exotics should be dropping.
Yeah, but it's also based on RNG. Do I get it or not? It's all up to me. You can get really lucky. One exotic exotics, or I can get unlucky and get like.
Flying Pirate says it's all RNG. So RNG is the main thing there. Excuse me.
Oh no, yeah, I know about RNG. I'm not just talking about.
I need to use my synth because I've run out of ammunition on my dark drinker.
Talk to the echoes of Malik, the Eris Morn in the tower. Okay, so that's why I was getting this.
Yeah, Eris will be the next person to speak to.
Do I give it to her?
Johnny's saying Eye of the Gate Lord is one of the better places for there to see from. Just a second, I was reading those messages and therefore I
And that's what hurt me so good.
Johnny said that we can go to Eye of the Gate Lord, which is pretty good for farming, and Johnny said 3 of coins. So Eye of the Gate Lord is one of the best places for 3 of coins farming.
That's the thing though, I don't have any good coins.
Well, we can go there later, you know, we can do everything one by one.
Yeah.
I think the priority at the
Probably
moment
once
is
Surt's back.
getting the story missions completed, progressing forward in the game, you know. Johnny says there is a cooldown time for 3 of coins.
The darkness, it's smothering. We've got wizards.
Absolutely. And also sometimes you get 3 of coins as rewards. You can purchase them from there. So you know there are lots of ways to which one can get 3 of coins.
Actually gets nice rewards. You actually can in that actually. I could get one this week. I'll definitely use it on that strike. Is it a strike?
Yeah.
Is this the boss? No, it's not.
One more wizard left, you know. So dark. Ridiculously dark. I can't see a thing, can you? Because they were doing the maintenance the other day for 12 hours on both servers, and I wonder whether it's affected the darkness, because the settings seem to be quite different to what it was before.
Is there a brightness setting? There is, and mine's on max, and it's pitch black still.
Yeah, I think they tweaked it. It wasn't as dark as this before. It's just completely dark.
Remembering it being dark either.
Johnny says, watching this is bringing back so many memories. I played Destiny 1 a lot. Destiny 1 is a legendary game, and lots of people are still preferring Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 for various reasons, you know. And I get very many Destiny veterans coming in, and they are always telling us how much they love Destiny 1, and as you said, it becomes a bit of a, you know, a walk down the memory lane, you know, that sort of thing. Bygone lane, I would say. Okay, so that just one more wizard, and we'll eliminate him with Share that. Yeah, that's it. Yep. You got him. So that's it.
We're getting good reports from all across the Cosmo
Ooh, I
Guardian.
got 20 legendary
Taking, abandoning the
marks.
fight, or getting sucked back to who knows where. This one.
Hold on. Don't go too orbit. Don't go too orbit.
Come on back now.
Okay.
Just remember, in a public broadcast, any mission has to be kind of concluded because people watch in order to learn. Do you know what I mean? So it's different to when you do your own game because people are watching. There's noise again coming from your headset. What's causing the noise? There must be some physical interference with your mic, you know? You need to keep this mic as far away from your shirt as possible or you know, your face or so, because otherwise any touching of the mic... Can you hear me? If that mic is being touched in any way, then it causes this dreadful noise, and it's very, very intrusive for the viewers. And
it's not being touched in any way.
Then it must be your wires. That's the only other possibility.
Is.
Because the wires generally produce a different sort of noise. They're like a metallic noise, you know? This sounds as if you were literally, you know, like right now I can hear it really bad. It's a bit like as if you were doing something with your headset physically, like removing the headset, putting it down, or that sort of thing. Really bad. Don't know what's causing it. Maybe it's the wires. Because, you know, for people watching, particularly if they're using a headset, it is a bit like someone's drilling into their ears. Really, really loud. And Flying Pirate says, no, this story is like this, it's not your settings. Flying Pirate said that it wasn't the settings, but actually there is a difference there, because I played this several times and it wasn't as dark as it is at present. So something's happened, and I think it's happened after that lengthy maintenance last week. I think that's exactly what the difference was. It wasn't this dark. We were able to see certain things. Even, you know, I adjusted my settings for the best possible brightness for my streams, and I've sort of tested that quite a few times before and didn't seem to cause any problems. But, you know, Bungie do lots of things, and this is probably one of those things. Do you have any other wires attached to your main lead? Any loose wires, like any kind of plugs or anything else? Because this sounds really dreadful. It's like so noisy, and it's really hurting my ears.
Here, I'll put it back. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Do you know what it is? It's just really bad.
I'm gonna test things that may fix it. So I'm gonna mute my mic while I'm doing this.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
I will be back.
Have you brought us something? Or do you want to see what we have?
Yes.
Retrieval bounty for present.
Johnny says, oh yeah, I'm aware of people not liking Destiny 2, but Destiny 2 is definitely getting better. Well, I think the vast majority of people who are not happy with Destiny 2 are, you know, the gamers that were trying the Year 1 edition, which was, I guess, released prematurely. They should have waited another year for everything to be, you know, properly developed. And everything that's happened ever since, which means with the first year's annual season pass and the DLCs, and particularly with Forsaken and everything since last September, had massively improved and enhanced the game. And the game is amazing. It is much bigger than Destiny 1 in quantity and in volume, and so many different activities and tasks. And I think it's getting better, not just simply, you know, it's getting better by the hour, is what I'd like to say. All the time we're getting extra content and many more participants, and I just think that really it is truly astonishing. And I've been comparing all the activities that I've done in the last few weeks after I got my complete edition with the Year 1 edition, and it's just beyond comparison. It's just a completely different game. and they will develop also the RPG element even more for Shadowkeep. We'll have many more characters brought in. Some of those will be imported from Destiny 1, so Destiny 1 and 2 will have a merger in terms of its narrative, and you know, many great things still to come from Destiny 2, and certainly I'm very excited about it. It's really all very good. But you will find sometimes, Johnny, that there are people coming here saying we will never ever buy, you know, we will never buy Destiny 2 because the game is really so poor and it monetizes and, you know, all sorts. But it's just the initial reaction to the experience of year one game. And as you know, any form of monetization that was present through the Eververse shop is going to be gone in September. We are going to be buying everything through in-game currency, and you know, that's also something that's popped up from the community because people are really unhappy with the whole thing. Archie's here. Hello Archie, how are you doing? Thank you for coming, thank you for watching our broadcast, and of course thank you for being a member of our Destiny community. Archie says, do you play on Xbox One? If you are, can I be your friend please? No, I'm not doing the game on Xbox One at the moment. I'm playing the game on PlayStation 4, that is. So I can't be playing, well, I just can't play Xbox September, as we are to have cross-platform save. So all I completed, you know, will be then imported. I know they'll start with cross-platform save for Destiny 2, but I'm quite certain that in view of its popularity, that will be introduced to Destiny 1 as well in due course. So then we'll be able to do Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 on any platform. And in due course, Destiny 1 and 2 will become basically an integral part of a much larger Destiny universe. And I think everything's going to be accessible from one area. Alright, Rodri, let's carry on, because I'll have about an hour on my broadcast still to go. So let's see what other tasks you have, Rodri. And we can really carry on with some story missions. And Johnny's here, and Johnny says, Archie, I'm on Xbox. So Johnny will be quite keen on becoming a friend. So Archie, you can just simply add Johnny and ask Johnny about his Xbox user ID. So you can add him straight away. My channel is entirely based on our community, and it's all sort of all of the activities we have here are coming out of our community requests, and therefore it's so great to see that people also create new fire teams and, you know, create new bonds, communicate, and indeed continue to expand in our Destiny universe. So that's wonderful. And in fact, Archie, I can tell you I've had quite a few people in the past popping in saying, can you find us some mates to do some teamwork on Xbox? And then what I've done is I asked our participants here basically to advertise. In addition to that, I posted tweets on my Twitter, and we did find quite a number of people who were joining in. So, you know, definitely a very good way of finding a new selection of fireteam members, and also creating new friendships and bonds as well. Johnny says, I'm on Xbox for Destiny 1, PlayStation, Xbox PC for Destiny 2. And Johnny, as you know, the cross-platform save is coming in September, so everything you completed on the platform will be you know, easily moved to another. So that's really something we are really looking forward to. Alright, let's see, where's Rodri? We're waiting for Rodri in here.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
One, is my mic doing a little better?
I think you changed your mic, because I can hear the difference.
Yeah, I lowered the mic volume decently.
Increase the volume back, please, because I can barely hear you. It's like literally really low. I can barely hear you. It's just literally like whispering. You can increase it back on, because, you know, the volume will not really make much difference in terms of that interference. The interference is coming from your headset. I don't know why, but there is possibly some loose wire somewhere, and it does sound like a thunderstorm. It's like really noisy, and I'm sure other viewers can hear it as well.
Oh, no, yeah, but today I may be getting a new mic because my mom has a warranty on this one.
Okay.
If you know what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
And we may be going out today for dinner and stuff, so maybe while we're out, I might be able to stop somewhere, turn in my warranty, and get a new mic.
Well, that will be of great assistance, because obviously if you are to be participating in other people's broadcasts, like on other Twitch channels, you will find sometimes people are quite intolerant or say, well, can't have this, you know, because it's like really loud, which is not the case here on my channel. But it's obviously the best to have your headset that works properly, you know, because obviously it's causing you inconvenience and you know, creating some sort of interference with broadcasts. And if you have a warranty, you can just exchange it. You get a better one which works, and obviously, you know, those people in whatever shop the headset was purchased from could really attend to it. So that's cool. All right, we have another hour on my broadcast, so if you choose another task, whatever you have there, we can just carry on.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you, did you increase your light? Did you get anything from the missions which we've done so far?
I increased my light by around 10, 5 or 10.
Okay, okay, that sounds good.
And would it be worth buying some my legs right now are the lowest piece of gear I have. Or my ghost shell, that too. But would it be worth buying a armor piece that is 380 or a ghost shell that's 380 from K6, the Hunter Vanguard, to increase my light level a lot?
Would this be a legendary? I mean, you can if you want. There's no harm. And how much is it going to cost you?
For the legs, 75 legendary marks, and for the ghost shell, 75 legendary marks.
How many legendary marks do you have?
77.
Personally, I wouldn't. I would keep them because they eat up a lot of legendary marks, and legendary marks are a bit hard to get because you need to dismantle legendary weapons, and you know, I would just literally grind the game, and then once you reach the top level, the best way to I'll put it, you can purchase certain armor and weapons from those guys if you really need them for a particular activity. For instance, if you need a tracker that's telling you where the certain materials are on your ghost, then you purchase one of those. You know, like the ghost I was showing you yesterday, that's for Hadian Flakes. And once you put the ghost on, you get the tracker on the radar, so you can see exactly where those flakes are. I mean, the helium filaments are, and you know, you can find them straight away. Otherwise, you have to be walking around looking for them. So it's that sort of thing. But it's not a preference. You can, but I personally bought very few at an earlier stage. What I did buy is what I couldn't get through the game. You know what I mean? It's like waiting for a weapon to drop or a piece of armor, and it's not dropping, and then I purchased that one from one of the non-playable characters. So that'd be my personal preference. But you know, so what are we doing next? What have you got on your list?
I think I have a couple missions to do.
Okay. And Rise of Iron is still locked? You still can't access it?
I mean, yes, but actually no.
Alright. So basically the best thing to do is to mop up whatever you've got left, and then you progress to your Rise of Iron. You know, any other missions, story missions, strikes, anything else. Can you see any at all? Anything else?
Let me look. I have nothing to do on Dreadnought. I have. Let me check Earth.
Yeah, Mars.
Nothing
Have a
to
look at.
do.
Have a look on Mars. There may be something out there. Because we weren't doing anything much on
Nothing
Mars.
at Mars.
Nothing.
Nope. Nope. Most of the stuff on Mars is from the dark below.
Yeah.
And before I became part of the community, I did that on my own.
Okay.
I have a strike to do on the moon.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that one. Blight the Chalice.
Hop into-
Yeah, that's quite a difficult one as well. Very good. Just remember, anytime you're doing the strikes, they're best done really in a team of 3. So obviously the game's going to be selecting your mates, but if there are any difficulties, you can just get your friends. And I remember I also tried Prison of Elders, earlier in the game solo, and it's really difficult. So Prison of Elders is a kind of activity that requires a team of 3, and then you get loot and good achievements. So maybe we'll do Prison of Elders after this one.
Might be able to help me with that.
Yeah, maybe after Blight the Chalice we do a bit of Prison of Elders. Do you want that? We can try it.
I don't think I can access it yet.
You said that you unlocked something which was Prison of Elders related.
Yes, I did. I just need to get a higher light level.
Oh, I see.
260 or 280.
It's 280, is it? Okay. And then, yeah.
Rise of Iron is the same.
So we need to get to 280. Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, if you did want to increase, if you were purchasing that ghost in there, it would increase the level quite considerably.
Even as you led the assault on the Dreadnought, a powerful Taken war beast fled for the safety of the shrine to Oryx. The
What's the
Prince Malak works to perfect a dark sorcery.
The most powerful
must be destroyed.
item you've got in inventory at the moment? Is it like 260, 270?
260.
260, yeah. Okay.
Primaris Legendary Scout Rifle.
Legendary Scout Rifle, okay.
Oh, we're already in the boss. Like what? Okay.
Is it just the 2 of us? Is there someone else?
It's just the 2 of us.
Okay. Somebody else will be brought in. So sometimes you get people coming in as we already commenced the strike, you know?
Yeah. Kinda like last time.
Alright.
Anybody home?
Wait a second, I remember being in this room and then fighting a huge giant ogre. And it was like chained up.
Yes, that's correct. And that ogre is very hard to kill.
Oh no, it took me. I was with one blueberry, and it took us an hour.
Yeah, that ogre is very difficult. And I'll tell you one thing, Sleeper Simulant, the exotic fusion rifle, works really well on those ogres. So once you get it through the exotic quest, the exotic weapon quest, then you'll be able to use it. And that ogre features frequently in some of the strikes, you know, strike basically. Let me just grab my synth, because I've run out of ammunition on my dark drinker. There we are.
Oh, yep.
Got it. We need to pick up that husk. And then you basically place it in there. Yep.
Yep,
right.
I know this concept. Before I had to fight Oryx, I had to do that kind of concept.
Yeah. You need those husks in order to to open those doors.
The Orcs fight was very, like, it was just kind of buggy. Whenever I would be completely away from his sword and he would smash down, I would go flying into a wall even though I shouldn't have got hit. And then I would die. It's just very buggy.
This wizard took probably 8 sniper bullets.
That's a lot of DPS. I'm thinking of getting me and my friend to do Crota's End again today.
Okay.
Or on Tuesday.
You probably need 6 people for that. It's a raid. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not doing any raids at the moment. Oh no, 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 no! The door opened and all of those thralls were there.
And they just kind of wanted to be big exploding balls.
Guardian down.
What? There we are.
Toland hinted at secret pathways between our realm and the Ascendant. Malak crawled through the wall of our world to reach these caverns.
I think she's just being deliberately creepy now.
That fusion knife was pretty good at using, you know?
Yeah. It definitely gets the job done for a low level weapon that I have. Because I don't have much now.
Excuse me.
Why can't I kill the blights?
Yeah. Look at this one. Taking 3 magazines.
Taken power twists, shapes. The average thrall does not live long enough to see its frame reformed. Malak has lived with this power for many, many years. His hideous skin is a sign of his age, his cruelty.
Alright. God, that noise all the time coming from your headset. It's really piercing.
Is it coming from my headset again?
Yeah. It's like a real sort of crackling noise, really loud. Just tell your parents to replace that headset, you know, and you have nothing to worry
I guess
about.
I'll just mute my mic from here.
It's some sort of fault. I mean, God knows what it is. And obviously, if you're not in physical contact with the mic, it just sounds like, you know, some sort of physical interference. I don't know why. Just a moment. I'll come to your rescue. Just needed to. Yeah, I'll revive you. I wanted to get rid of those enemies there. Oh, he's there. Okay, another one. What is going on?
Beware, Guardian. The Blight will drain your strength, your speed. Do not let Malak dominate this shrine.
Yeah, you know that Malak that we've seen earlier in your... I can't remember if it was this quest or strike. He was like a big guy that disappeared, yeah? He's gonna pop up now. And he's very hard to kill. He'll have loads of lieutenants. So you'll see, you recognize him when you see him. And we need to go to this area here. And we need to go in and out. And then once there's a blight in the middle, don't destroy that blight. Just leave the blight to be in there, because that blight's gonna prevent other guys from respawning, you know? So we'll leave the blight in here. And where's he gone?
Guardian, down.
put my Galahorn on for that beast. And I'll use my heavy as well. So there's a one more rocket I need to put in him. He'll be gone. How's he down? Is he gone or not? Thank you. Still one. Oh no. He had 1% left. Less, 0.5%. Ah, that was unfortunate. I just didn't have any more heavy ammunition, you know, and my heavy was on cooldown. This is what the trouble was. Don't have any heavy ammunition in here now anymore. Alright, so let's hope that my Galahorn is gonna work now properly. He killed me. I'm just behind a barrier, and I think one of my rockets went astray as well, which is dreadful. Okay, he is gonna be dead now. I've got my special. He's gone the other way. I got killed. It's down to 0.5%. See a thing. Because of his blights, you know, we are not regenerating. Don't see where he is. Gone. Finally.
Malak's power over the Blight was impressive. You are a credit to the Tower, Guardian.
Just collect whatever you can see, you know, any
just compliment
engrams,
us?
anything that you see there, just collect everything. So lots of items to collect in there. Alright, so that's cool. Let's see whether you leveled up or whether you acquired a bit more light after this. Still have about half hour. I think your mic's muted now, I can't hear you.
I got a bit more upgrades on my gear.
Okay. What's next?
I
Do you
have to
need-
go to the reef.
Okay. You need to speak to Petra or to Varix. We'll see when we get there. I think he's probably going to give you some tasks.
Varix.
Varix, yeah. He will give you that sigil, I think, that we'll use for Prisoner of Elders. Alright. Well, as you could see, we're helping our junior community member from the US, Rodri, and we're working on his game, progressing rapidly forward, doing all sorts of activities, inclusive of story missions, strikes, quests, you name it, and Prisoner of Elders, but looks of it is going to be next. Roger says he also has an Xbox. Well, Xbox One X or S is the preferred console, and then we'll have Xbox Scarlet next year, so we will have to be a bit patient, but Xbox Scarlet is going to be truly amazing. Xbox One X. Roger, you have Xbox One X. Xbox One X is a terrific console. The best console on the planet. 4K visuals and top-notch quality sound, really.
Oh my god, yes, I can upgrade my sword to 320.
You can. 320. That's very good. You can infuse.
Yeah, I just got a sword called the Dreadfang.
Also a good sword. Not as good as the exotic ones, but still good. You'll be able to use it a lot with Taken and all the other enemies. Very effective. I was using it a lot before I got my exotic swords. Okie dokie. So I need to speak to Master Ives by the looks of it.
I've learned much about our new enemies.
Alrighty, I have you know how there's a secret step to getting the exotic swords?
Yeah.
You have to infuse the sword you got to 260, I believe.
Yep.
I have infused it to 320, so if I go ahead and I... Is there anything I need to do in the tower once I get the quest? How do you...
Well, you know, this area here, the reef, is very similar to the tower. You'll get the same type of characters in there. You have Cryptarch, you have Bounty Tracker, you have Poise Master. So if there are any tasks that you need to do, like for instance decoding or collecting kit, you can also do it on the reef, because there are several, well, there are 3 different places like this in Destiny 1. And that's the Iron Temple, which is basically part of Rise of Iron DLC. The reef, where we are right now, and the third one is the tower. The tower being obviously the main one, with everything else in it as well.
Is that it?
Yeah. Do I have to claim the quest for the sword? The exotic swords?
Do you have a quest, a sword reforged already? Like in motion, which is gonna...
Let me check.
Because if you have it, it's just a question of doing the tasks. I think if you picked up a Void Sword from Lord Shaxx yesterday, then that's the first step towards Dark Drinker.
Yeah, no, it's... For some reason the quest isn't on me anymore. I don't know what happened to it.
No, it will be. A sword reforged will be there. Just keep flicking. You know the pages. You got several pages on quests. So we go to inventory. Go to inventory. Go to progress. Yeah. Just quests, and it says pages 1 to whatever 3, 4, 5, and then you got arrows in there. So flick the pages. Because you have quests, and then to your right, before you get to reputation, you have other 2 arrows. You can just flick the pages, and you'll see what you've got amongst the quests. Because presently I have 3 pages in here.
Yeah, no, it's not there.
It's not there. Are you certain you were given a sword reforged?
How would I get the sword that I'm wearing right now then, if I didn't
Yeah.
get it? Without a doubt, I was definitely given it.
Yeah, how many pages do you have on Quest?
I have 6 pages,
6 pages
of
yeah.
quests.
Okay.
I'm looking at all of them. I have the Taken War Earth, the Court of Oryx, House of Wolves, the Crux of Darkness, Return to the Prison, Age of Triumph, Glory and Taking of It.
Return to Prison. Let's go to that one. That's Prison of Elders mission. We've not done this at all. We can go to that one.
I'm not sure if I can go there. Oh, I actually can.
Yeah.
Barely.
You could see 260, and you are 246, so you're slightly underpowered, but you can access it. So you know we can try it because I'm 400, so I'll be alright. I'll raise the
yeah.
the
Would you mind if we stopped at the tower?
Not at all. Just yeah. Go to the tower first,
Yeah,
and
just
then
to
go to
check
Prison
for
of
that
yeah.
quest. Maybe I have to go back to Shaxx.
Yeah, we'll double check. No problem. We have about 30 minutes left, and no problem at all. So
if
just
anyone in the chat
let's just do it really quickly in the tower because Prison of Elders could be a bit lengthy. So I want to. Yeah. I wouldn't like to just leave as we were about to complete. Do you know what I mean? But I will have to leave at 1500 sharp. So as it's Sunday, I have somewhat different schedule during the day compared to the week. In the week, it could be always until 1600. What's the time out there where you are?
Where I am, I'm on the East Coast, and it's 9:32 a.m.
Oh, it's quite early. Oh, you were up early then. You must have been up like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't up that early today, I can tell you.
Slayer of Oryx, then? Yes.
But I tell you one thing: what you'll find when you do when you do gaming in a kind of scheduled format, although you're not running a fully fledged Twitch channel, you can do the same thing. You'll find it to be a lot more enjoyable, because otherwise, if you allow the games to be spilling through your kind of nighttime activities and sleep, then it becomes a bit of a chore in the longer run. It's always the best to be doing it during the day. And you enjoy the games more. I remember sometimes playing games late at night. I was really tired and really stroppy. Game patient, because the tiredness sets in.
I'm looking it up on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
The Dark Drinker quest.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dark Drinker quest. You have your Void Sword, and the first thing you'll need to do, the first step of the quest is kill 50 Mages or Ultras and eliminate 15 Guardians in the Crucible with your sword. So you'll have to use that sword.
Is that what the freaking quest is called when you first get it?
No, that's the first step. You'll have like 6 steps, and each time you'll be given something else, like a quest, a mission, collecting materials, Eventually, when you complete everything, then you'll have to go to Lord Shaxx, and then he gives you the sword. And if I'm not mistaken, he provides you with the sword. I can't remember whether he gives it to you instantly or whether you need to wait until the Armament Day, which is on Wednesday. Because there are 2 different things. There's another task which one has to wait for. So I'm not 100% sure. Because I know that some of the things you get straight away from him, and other weapons or other items you have to wait until that day arrives, which is on Wednesday. But all right, let's carry on. Let's go to Prison of Elders. Let's do a bit of combat in there, which is going to be, I think, our last activity for today here.
Wait a second. I might have the quest. It says that I have to get 3 major kills and 15 total kills, and nope, that's not it.
No, it will tell you. It will tell you 15 Guardian kills in the Crucible and 50 Major Ultras. And it should say a sword reforged. A sword reforged is a quest, which is a 6-tier quest. It'll tell you a sword reforged right on the top, right? And then you'll be doing it bit by bit. Maybe it's not allowing you to be having it as yet because of your light level. That's a possibility, you know? But I'm not 100% sure. I can hear the sound from your YouTube. Can you turn down, please? Because we can hear it on our broadcast. Let's go to Prison of Elders, because otherwise we'll be cutting it short. And Prison of Elders is quite tricky. So let's see what the first one is going to be. Because we'll fight like waves of enemies coming at us, you know? And the enemies are really powerful.
Do you think it has to be at, like, exactly 280?
No. If you have somebody in your team who is way above, it's going to be fine. It's just that you'll find the enemies very hard to kill. That's the only thing.
Oh no, I'm talking about the Dark Drinker quest. It's like the sword. When I infuse it, does that have to be exactly 280?
No, because obviously you will be infusing that Dark Drinker later on with better quality weapons, and you'll increase it to 400. So I don't think that's really the major issue. I'm still not 100% sure at what stage you can actually access that quest. Do you know what I mean? It's just that maybe they're slightly underleveled, underpowered for that quest to be given. That's my assumption, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just if I don't have the quest by the end of my Rise of Iron,
yeah,
then it's definitely not that. And I will be a bit infuriated because I thought you had to just infuse it to there or higher. 20 light, and I'll be a bit mad. I'm gonna hope that's not the case.
Prison of Elders welcomes you. Do not fail, Guardian.
Hunter's here. Hello Hunter, how are you doing? Hunter's asking, could you maybe do a raid? At the moment we are not doing any raids here on the channel. We are going to be doing raids back to back from September. We'll have many raids and several raiding teams doing that activity literally every single day. But we are still working on this. It's the next stage. Hunter says, alright. Yeah, I'll drop you a line once we consider the schedule. It's likely to be from mid-September, you know, as the Shadowkeep comes out. We'll be, and also after we have our kind of anniversary in September, towards the end of September, we'll have 12 months of broadcasting here on this channel. So we'll run lots of specials, some, you know, rewards and some different activity for a week. And then after that we'll have the raids, we'll prepare for that. So that's the plan. Oh, what on earth happened? That was a completely wrong thing to do. I forgot that I had a different weapon on. Lots of mines everywhere. Okay. That should be the first wave.
Incursion. Ready yourself. enemies have been unleashed.
So that's the last wave, wave number 3. Two of them hiding in here, right behind you.
Enemies die.
Oh yeah, by
You
the way,
live.
while I was reading my quests, it said I had a quest. It said something about Galahorn. It said that I needed to complete the Rise of Iron campaign, and then I would go to the
Go
next
back to
quest.
airlock.
It was Lord Saladin saying something, a true weapon like this, I don't think you're worthy of yet. The Galahorn
yeah,
is too much for
Galahorn.
you.
You'll be doing a task given by Tyra Banks. So she's your Cryptarch and one of the NPCs in Rise of Iron DLC. And then once you start with the DLC, you'll be able to pick up that quest. So it's like basically like any other exotic weapon quest. You need to do lots of different tasks, and then you get it right at the end. And Iron Galahorn is the best rocket launcher, so you'll be able to put into good use against champions and the bosses in here for certain. It's basically for the bosses you've got.
And maybe I'll be wanted for raids more.
Yeah, it's very important for. You need to have all of those top-notch exotic weapons for any of the raids. They really help.
Yeah, I had a rocket launcher. It looks quite useful. Like taking down Dakota's shield before you do the damage to this.
Yeah, Galahorn is the best for that.
Yeah.
Other rocket launchers are alright, but they will not do the job in full. Oh no! Exploding falls. That full 5 of them just popped up.
It seems supers are a lot easier to get in this game.
The super, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh well, it depends. Depends on what armor you're wearing, because you'll have some perks that will
Dismantle mines, yes.
that will give you that ability to recharge faster. Because I'm using this artifact that's making it recharge much faster, and it is a very good one. It's Memory of Story, and that's the artifact you'll get from Thyra. We need to eliminate the mines. There are 3 mines that we need to eliminate, so we need to do that. I'll pay attention to that. I was just literally chasing all the other enemies, and it's the mines that we need to look at first.
Are you gonna be streaming today on Destiny 2 Forsaken?
Not sure really. It's unlikely because it's Sunday.
Hive creatures of the darkness, arise. They will try to kill you. Kill them.
Because my Destiny 2 Forsaken streams are basically like add-on streams. I usually run a daily stream, which is 10 to 4, you know? And I can't fit in Destiny 2 Forsaken with what we do during the day, and therefore I'm doing it in the evening, because I want to progress in the game, and, you know. Okay, so I need to pay attention to these mines.
Ready yourself. Dismantle mines.
Yeah, these are the mines. Okay.
Or you die.
Do you think we'll be able to get these done before you have to go?
Possibly, we'll see.
Guardian down.
Oh, our teammate in here has the exotic sidearm, Dreg's Promise, which I think comes from this, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, we need to get the second mine as quickly as possible, which is here.
You failed.
Oh no, I was there in time. I don't know what happened. We're probably 1 second short. I was there under that mine B. Because the way it works is you need to get underneath of that mine and then stand. But if you have all 3 people doing it, then you defuse the mine much faster, you know? If one person's defusing mines, then it takes a lot longer. And then that causes delays. Okay, let's try to finish this, but I'm not hopeful because I'll have to disconnect in about 10-12 minutes.
Just tell me when you want me to follow you.
No, that's alright. You know, we'll do the best we can, so, you know, no problem. On the second wave we get these mines, and I think on the third wave as well.
The fact that I have to melee a thrall 3 times before it dies,
Yeah.
I think I'm a bit underleveled.
Yeah.
Hive spawn
It does show here.
incoming.
Probably more than in any other section of the game.
Or dead.
So it's mines, right? So I'll look for these mines. One of them should be here. Towards the back.
I'm coming. Got it. I'm going to B.
Oh, go away, that jumping in here. I hate that jumping.
Oh god. Where, wait, what? Where's C? Okay. Yeah, boy.
Success.
Okay, that's success.
You have done it.
Okay. One more left somewhere. And there. Okay.
What does he mean by presents a gift?
Enemies advance. Minds must be dismantled or dead.
Who is going to be presenting a gift? Okay, we need to be diffusing more mines by the looks of it.
Yeah, so that was close.
Where's the mine number 2?
Me, basically. You revive me, we can both get on the point.
No, I've got to go to the platform, you know.
I'm going to respawn. Do you have it?
You disappoint.
I was there, but because I was just alone, then it didn't really diffuse quick enough.
That's why I said you should have rezzed me first and then went to the point, because we would have both got it.
I couldn't do it, I'm afraid, because there were all these trolls chasing me. I'd be killed instantly.
Round 2. Hive creatures of the darkness, arise. They will try to kill you.
You see, the trouble with those mines is they're very strictly timed. It's like less than 30 seconds. So when you're doing res and fighting the enemies, you lose like 15-20 seconds. By the time you get under the mine, you know what I mean? It's already too late. And that's basically
yes
what...
and no, because when I first did it, for the first point, I had to do that on my own, and I got it done. And for that, I was getting pissed off like the edge because of the doll.
Reinforcements are coming.
The major problem with Hunter is his jumps. Jumps are really poor, you know?
Wait a minute, for the Dark Drinker quest, is it because, you know that sword that I got, that I told you about? Is it because I infused, the sword I got from Shaxx in...
I'm not sure. You couldn't see the quest for some reason, so it's either a glitch in the game, or the quest is not active, you know?
You get beat, what's supposed to be, and then rush over to go.
Now we need to go to C. Okay, so that was a success. We need to do exactly the same thing with the next lot. This was quite good.
Incursion. Ready yourself. Minds must be dismantled.
Oh wait, what? I just got a Scorch Cannon. using to defend myself. Apparently I can't kill myself with this thing.
Are we succeeding? Is it gone? Where's the third one? I got killed by a troll, I think.
This is not a good situation. I have 15 seconds.
Yeah, he succeeded. He succeeded.
I can't res you. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Got it.
Success. You have done it.
Yeah, boy. By the way, it's legitimately impossible for me to kill on night.
Okay, so that should be the third wave we should complete, and then I'll have to end my broadcast. So let's just make sure that we don't get killed, or at least one of us needs to survive.
Alright.
Enemies die. You live. Well done.
Is this the last round?
Need you back in airlock, Guardian.
Okay, go back to the airlock.
Will this be the last round?
Not sure, I thought this was the last round, wasn't it? The one we just completed.
I don't know.
Round 3. Okay,
Nope.
we got one more. Okay, well, let's try to finish this off as quickly as we can.
Foot soldiers of the Cabal, rise to the challenge. Impress me, yes. Fight and win.
For the benefit of our viewers, as you could see, we are doing the Prison of Elders, and we are working together with Rodri on his game. So far so good. Great diversity today of all sorts of activities in a somewhat shorter broadcast, but you know, thoroughly enjoyable. As we complete this, our broadcast will end for today.
Well, at least I can be useful in the tether, yes. Is tether the best subclass in the game?
I guess depends on the player preference. For myself, one of my favorites, because it really is so ideal for a multiplayer. When you're doing it in a team, there's nothing better than being able to do this. And, you know, all the enemies are just temporarily disabled, and a team of 3 could come in and just whack everyone.
Seek mines, destroy
On Destiny 2, are you, what subclass are you? A hunter? Titan? Warlock?
I'm doing my Warlock, and I'm doing exactly the same in terms of subclasses. Hang on, we need to quickly get this mine done. Where's the mine?
If I were you, do you have the Visions of Light yet?
Hold on, where's the mine?
Over there. You have to shoot it?
Yeah, you have to shoot it. The third mine needs to be destroyed.
Well,
Where's the
that's a bit
third mine?
painful.
Where's the third mine?
It's not here yet. It just spawns. Did it scare you?
Okay, the mine's here.
success.
I got
Okay,
it.
we got it. Yeah, cool.
You have done it.
Oh my god, these guys hurt so bad and no idea. I have tether now. Oh!
Guardian, down.
I shot it. Yes! I'm helpful for once. Alright.
Guardian down.
What?
I got killed as well.
No. Absolute legend. Yeah, we have a godberry, by the way.
I'm in a bit of a hurry, Rodri, so I just want to really wrap this up as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave halfway through, but if we carry on for a while, I won't be able to stay for much longer.
This is our... If this is our last round, then yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea.
If we fail, we fail. Try again another time.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we'll succeed. And then...
If I get the Lord of Wolves, Queenbreaker, or Drake's Promise, I'll cry of happiness.
Enemies advance.
I'm not joking.
Seek mines, destroy them, or die.
You will get all the exotics and everything in due course, so you needn't worry.
Yeah, just let me destroy the mine with this scorch cannon, because it does a lot of damage to it.
Where's that mine? I can't see the mine.
It's not here yet.
Guardian down.
Oh no. Yeah, my health is so good. Oh, there it is. Run. I'm gonna run towards it. I'm gonna eat it. It's gone. I'm gonna fire a few bullets. I'm just going to try not to die. Oh no. Oh no. Trust me when I say I want to go kill them, but I can't.
Success, Guardian.
Yes.
Okay, all destroyed.
Good
Okay.
job.
Good.
Complete this. I believe this is the last wave we need to do.
Yep.
Actually,
that's
no.
right.
Isn't there a boss we have to kill?
I think that's going to be happening shortly.
Yeah. If you want, I'll put a tether up. Or do you want me to save it?
No, you can use it.
Enemies die. You live. Well done.
Now I think we have to fight a boss, and that's it.
I think so.
Need you back in airlock, Guardian.
Honestly, I'll take just about anything that isn't a heavy weapon. Because it won't give me an upgrade.
Hmm.
Round
I need to wait until I get my heavy. 14 seconds.
Face the disgraced lost.
Yep. Heavy ammo synth. Gallahorn, I'm guessing. Or dark drinker.
Dark drink I'll start with. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is definitely the boss room. I think we have to complete 2 waves. That's it. There were a lot of mines, watch out. No, you know what I just realized?
No?
Except for the Taken, we've done 1 round of every
Other enemy, yeah.
species. Ball,
That's
Vex, and Downfall. And we've done higher. High was probably the hardest, honestly. Oh no, I hate those things. High servers. How many
Alright.
strange coins? I have
Enemies come, Guardian.
8 strange coins. If I save up,
for your
I keep
life.
getting this many.
Important target, Guardian.
I might actually be able to get these on with Zergos. Or I might just be broke. Oh, we can kill something? Okay,
Success, Guardian.
that's your specialty.
Success.
Guardian down.
If I die, I'm bad.
There we are.
I'm going to pop a tether right here. That was good.
Yeah.
Get those very early. Oh my god, that gave me max heavy ammo. Good job.
Tiro fascinante.
Maybe I'll be able to kill the servitor. No, dregs are gonna take it from me. Do you have any exotics in Destiny 2 so far?
I do, yeah. Probably about 10, 12 or so.
Oh, nice. Do you have any of the Forsaken ones?
No, Forsaken only started a couple of nights ago, so I'm right at the beginning.
Did you know in Destiny 2, the farther you go without getting an exotic,
Reinforcements are coming.
including, you know, the tests Everest
Intercept
you get,
important
Oh, yeah?
target.
the longer you go without getting an exotic, the higher of a chance there is getting one.
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and every time you get an exotic from test Everest, something, it does reset it.
Success,
I
Guardian.
did get him, but I got killed.
Ow, that hurts. Bad. I'm coming to you, because I don't trust myself. Yeah, no, definitely not. Are you ready for a big carry? Oh, on me, there was like 10,000 enemies, and it was perfect for dark. I'm gonna guess you're applying a synthesis.
Guardian down.
No, I'm dead. specify, do not go over there. Oh my god, Blood Legend. This is quite difficult.
Well, that's, I think, the last section, isn't it? This one.
Yeah, it is quite difficult. I mean, like, really difficult. Like, I can put 10 shots of my thing into one fallen yellow bar, you won't die. You're over here. Eating apple. Another one's dead.
No, that's it, I think.
Our armor materials. What do you really do with them?
Your victory tells the tale.
Now what? Do we not have to fight a boss?
I won't be able to do it, I'm afraid. I will have to wrap it up.
Return to airlock, Guardian.
Yeah.
The other person will stay there, so, you know, you'll be able to carry on.
Maybe in this freaking blueberry we'll be able to do it, or someone might join in, if that's possible.
Final round awaits.
Okay, I'll do this one as well. That's the final round. Let's just do it as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
Cabal strategist.
Yep, definitely the boss round, I think. Oh, God. I got a feeling I'm not going to be able to do anything to that thing, probably. Here's a tether. Use it as best as possible. Go for me. You're gonna have to carry. I'll be a medic. A blueberry is gonna be much help. I will grab the boss. No, I won't. I am. He seems to be dead. I'm not somehow. Finish this as possible. Do whatever I can to put damage. The fact that you haven't died yet astounds me.
Where is the boss? We need to eliminate him.
I do not know.
Oh, there he is.
Just survive, honestly. Yeah, get out of there, man. Get out of there. You've gotta run if you want to live.
I'm not reviving.
Do not. I've got 5 seconds. If anything, revive our blueberry. I'm respawning. Clear as many red bars as I can. But there aren't many enemies to spawn around. down to make you, you aren't. Alright, I'm coming. Then I can tether, and then I will cast one for you. Let you cast it down the boss.
I don't have any more ammunition for my Galathon. So use the rockets on this beast.
You're still arguing with her. Run now. Best course of action is to run. That boss is at half health, so if we can wait.
No, I need to use my Galathon on him again. We won't be able to get him otherwise.
Do you have any Galahorn ammo?
None.
Bad. Stay alive. 15 seconds. No, that's a... No, don't just melee. Don't just melee. Run. Run. 5 seconds. Right. And I'll come and list a blueberry. Come and list a blueberry. Definitely a challenge.
I'm stuck. Finally, I've got some Galathon.
Reviving your teammate, tries again. Somehow the boss was run, that's the boss. I'm not gonna challenge him straight on. He's actually below half. We might be able to do this. I'm gonna put as much ammo as I can.
Can't get to that bridge.
This would be impossible if you had a time limit.
We need to get that boss.
I don't know what to do. I'm supposed to run with him. Res me. Oh my god, you legend! I'm gonna res my blueberry. Resist.
Where's the boss?
I'm halfway to my suit. I'll do whatever I can to kill ads to if I can get you out or
Where's the boss?
Don't know. I'm gonna show you. If you come to me, I can be on this side. Somewhere.
Okay, we'll get the boss done now.
Oh, he's there. He's at the middle.
Okay, we'll get the boss done now.
Does.
Where is he?
He's on our blueberry.
Where is he? I don't see him.
He's on our blueberry, right here. I want him to shoot again. Oh my god, Galahorn. He's so low. Come on. We can do it. Oh no. Can we do it?
He should have died. I put 3 Galahorns in him and he gone. I can't. I have to disconnect. What is it now?
Final round.
No, I can't do it, I'm afraid. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for being here with us today. And we'll continue with our Destiny 1 adventures tomorrow. Thanks very much, Rodri, for popping in. And I need to disconnect. Yeah, we can, yeah. Well, thanks very much. I yeah, don't know how to get out now. Hang on.
Oh, you can now.
We were really unfortunate because I put all the rockets in him. He died, but because of the game lag, we didn't succeed. I had 6 Galahorn rockets. I put all of them in him, and he was going. You know, he should have been gone. So I don't know really what happened. And anyway, thanks very much for watching. Thank you for being here with us today, and we'll carry on with our Destiny 1 adventure tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed all the activities. It's been obviously very fierce. We have plenty of things to do. And on this note, I will wish you all a very, very good afternoon. Thanks very much, Roger, for coming. We'll catch up tomorrow. Take care.